look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the man to back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. I mean, X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wards that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen. As the mid-racks are exposed, PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of Brax. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Armin. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them. Knocks them back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top racks. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close to Brew is at 25. I mean,
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give an edge in this team fight. The LGD are been bold, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. They give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T30s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7, same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon discount Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed in 5.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail Call if he finds him, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the spot, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But
he's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Ana's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the Counterblade. Seb jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground.
by these Force Spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jerax. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. And they've breached through it. It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tails already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will. As they get upon him, they find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Ana, and Jerax. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jerax is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Ana up in the skies. As this racks on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana as the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose their top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Ana is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get a set. He's in. The call, the EMP, the cannon, and F4 is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. Get it up. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. For the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No-Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No-Tail. No-Tail pops the hand of God, but No-Tail beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Ana. He's been left behind in Thompson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jerax coming in, keeping Ana alive. Ana with the doppelganger. The Deafening Blast comes out onto the 2 of them. Ana trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Ana again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jerax back in, the combo. Meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Bombs the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jerax. Jerax is gone. Ana as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova are so low? As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Ana back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the Charger. They find him. He's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can. OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill.
Seb.
Yeah.
He's looking straight for the plate. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Ana, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Ana again with the doppelganger. There's a Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Ana will be able to force him away. They've got the hex. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, he's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No back, real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead the PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken out as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can...
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex now.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were flushing with their
FY.
Being spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of it. Thompson, he's in trouble. The nullifier comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns out, the blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY, just what a shadow blade. As soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer, so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue with team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call, there's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. Thompson back in the game.
And then they're utilizing the PL very well too, by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play, OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He's a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace there with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice get the primal split out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No tail. Being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the blade mail was already out from Seb. He tried to get the call off. The bash, the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY bites back straight away. Anna looking towards Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jax. Jax with the tether. Arme turns into Roger. And then the call. Seb, he catches Arme.
5 seconds remaining.
They've got Somnus.
Team secrets turn to ban.
Hello and welcome back, folks, to Beyond Epic League. We are here in the upper bracket, ready to get underway with Team Liquid versus Team Secret. I'm Killer Pigeon, and joining me to my side, someone I haven't had the pleasure of casting this one so far. He hasn't got as much muscle, but he's got a wonderful warming smile. Here's, of course, Trent Pack. How's it going, buddy?
It's very true. I do not have the muscles.
Muscle, right?
No, I don't have the discipline nor the dedication that our good friend Lizard does. That's why he's got them. He works hard for the money. and the muscles.
Hey,
Mostly the muscles. Because if he worked hard for the money, he'd be here.
That's true. He's off somewhere. He got delayed. He will join us for the second game of this series. But no, you put your discipline somewhere else. You commit with somewhere else. I know you're watching your pub games all the time. I'm sure you've caught a little bit of Team Liquid and Team Secrets players playing their pubs and seeing what they've been experimenting with. Anything that you haven't seen them whip out here so far that you're surprised by?
Well, usually. No, I don't know. For now, like, in terms of pubs, well, I do actually enjoy watching quite a few of the Liquid players stream. I feel like they have like relatively unknown streams, and they're really good if you're into playing those roles. So shout out to both Insania, Taiga streams quite a bit too. Quite a bit too. They're very talkative. So you guys are looking for people who like chat a lot. That's always a good place to go. But,
yeah, I remember Liz always talks about Insania and how he remembers when he first came to the scene in the pub games, how he'd always annotate everything he was doing to his fellow players on the team.
Yes.
Now he hated it because it's like, it's not bad, but it's like, this guy's way too positive for our community, okay? He's way too in-depth and trying to explain himself all the time. That's good for new players.
Well, how far he has risen now to the captain of Team Liquid. This is, if you guys have not been checking out every day, we're now into the upper bracket round 1. So if you lose here, you're not out. But so far, both Alliance and OG are eliminated. They're gone.
Remaining.
So we'll see who's going to move forward here between Secret and Liquid, and then we're going to have Fly to Moon versus Nigma as well coming up right after this one. So you're going to get both your upper bracket games right in a row. And then I think later on we'll probably still send someone home, maybe, or no, we're not sending anyone home today.
No,
we're going to do the other upper bracket.
Yeah. But like, these teams only just play. Well, they must dance more for our amusement. Okay, we'll get to the sorrow stories tomorrow when we just start eliminating team after team after team. I think
it is better to not force someone to play twice for elimination. I'll say that. So I will approve of the current scheduling. So no one going home today. They'll just be finding out whether they sit in the upper or the lower bracket. But in terms of bans, I like these bans from Liquid in terms of the Ench and the Weaver, because from the Secret games I have been watching, Puppy has been a dominant force across those games. Like the way that he transitions, at least lately, into a core role. Whether he's on the Ench, he ends up just taking so much space on the side lanes with like a couple of creeps, and he'll just keep pushing down the lanes and getting lots of gold for himself, like getting a necro, maybe some aura items. And then on the Weaver, he is so good at sniping couriers, but then also just taking care of the entire wave using the swarm early on, and you don't even have a chance to like stop him from CSing. He's just at the tier 3 tower destroying whole waves by himself while hunting couriers.
That's true. He's definitely, it feels like he's got someone against couriers. It's been building for a long time, and now he's just taking his anger out on them. I think you're right about that point about him playing more of like what looks like a transitional core role, right? I think where it really started to come up was when he was playing a lot of Enigma and Nature's Prophet. Time and time again. Well, there it is. There's the Nature's Prophet straight away, which could be a Nisha hero, could be a Zai hero, could be a Poppy hero. It feels like Yapsa's gold early on, but then he becomes the POS 5 when you look at the net worth.
Yeah, they've got their list, right? It's like Ench, and then Void Spirit, and then Nature's Prophet, pretty much. So, you just one of those 3, whoever's available, they'll always be willing to take it first overall. And they have not been that hot on the Kunkka. I remember we talked about that. It looks like they actually did ban like one of their games, but like compared to a lot of the other teams, I feel like Kunkka's been like this super important hero in the drafts, and it wasn't until they were playing versus Nigma that they actually wound up taking in the first phase, because we had that Beastmaster come out. And of course, he is like the big guy still left in right now, I would say. If Liquid ignored him, I'd be a little surprised.
They're going to go for something else, which they do a lot, which is Oracle Opener plus something. I feel like actually Liquid is the team we still most consistently see picking up the Oracle in the opening phase, right?
Yeah, I would say that is definitely true. I don't think there's many other teams that do it at all. I think I've seen like a couple. I was watching someone the other day who just did it too, but the reason they usually do it is because they're just trying to set up for a Bat Rider pick.
Oh yeah.
Whereas for Liquid, that's not really the case. Like you just know that they play a really good Oracle. I mean, I saw one of their games earlier this tournament where they straight up Oracle Huskard, just like
they did, just like and it got
first
counted the entire draft, I believe. They did try that again later on in the group stage against VP and got annihilated for it.
I saw them win versus NIP though with like literally first two just
Yeah. That was the one where their opponents picked up Viper, Chaos Knight. Like they was like, yeah, what counts Huskar?
Yeah.
They just kept picking Huskar counters and it backfired. But yeah, they're kind of hit and miss with that strategy at the moment. Whereas DP, a solidly reliable hero, although Team Secret's open, there's no denying this. I mean, this is Zuma, baby. This is central to what you want to be playing if you want to run over your opponents early and quickly. And there's that Kunkka ban actually coming out from Team Secret talking about. It's just, it's still the staple pick, right? Like it just fills gaps in your lineup.
He's super safe. He counters Beastmaster and any other really like Swarm strat. Because surprisingly enough, the Lycan's still in too, right? Kunkka's also very good versus. So probably gonna be Liquid's ban. I don't really think it's worth to give them the Lycan, even if they don't play it that much. I mean, they just won their last game versus OG with it, but aside from that, it's not really like a. I mean, it's Matu, you know. I don't want to give him Lycan.
You don't give him Lycan. There's still potentially Lone Druid if they really want to keep going into the Zoo meta here. The question is, does Team Liquid? I mean, they play a reasonable amount of Lycan, so like they could fit it into their draft right now. It doesn't seem like a terrible pick with these two heroes.
Liquid's turn to pick.
And it is available because they get rid of the Morphling.
Ban the Morphling. I mean, again, it's Nisha, so, That's interesting. Whenever I see a Morph ban, even when it's versus Nisha, you have to kind of think like, what heroes would they be picking that really get punished by the Morph? But the Ember's already gone. The Gyro is like used to be an answer to Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster, which would kind of make sense for a ban there. But
5 seconds remaining.
The only other hero would be like TB or something. You think about these heroes that Morph just like loves to play versus. Interesting.
Is it maybe it might be to do with their possible role? Like if they realize they're not going to have a Spirit Vessel builder, they're worried about the Morphling, right? Because we have seen these lineups that don't really have through the Spirit Vessels much.
And it's just a really good hero.
That too.
Sometimes we go a little too deep.
I mean, we want to go beyond going, well, it's Nisha, you know? So, yeah, you just go ahead and ban that out. Any other hero he likes. And then forget that Matumba Man also has heroes that you don't want to play against. So does Zai. So does Puppy.
This is a really tough pick. On the one hand, I kind of just want like a Rubik, but on the other hand, I'm a little worried about like the potential for the Zoo Swarm, and maybe because like Fabolt's pretty good there, but I don't know if Telekinesis is going to be enough to help deal with a Lycan, right? If they end up going that way, or even a Lone Druid, so they'll go a little bit different with the Treant Protector.
Gives you more sustain, right? Because now you've got the Oracle heals, you now got the Treant heals as well. Like DP, this is a good way to draft the Death Prophet and focus around Death Prophet in your draft, is making it nigh on unkillable.
5 seconds remaining.
But I have a feeling Secret might just go ahead, look at most picked Zoo heroes in the current patch and continue clicking them.
I mean, for now, they can just get some more info. Although, I don't know if they really want to give up that much about the Beastmaster and the Nature's Prophet, because I would be completely not surprised to see either of these two heroes on support for this team. I have no doubt that they would be willing to do like the 4 Beastmaster or the 5 Beastmaster or whatever that we've seen No-Tail do before.
Oh, yeah.
That is very possible.
I've been wondering if it would actually come back, because Beast isn't a strong point, and everyone always keeps talking, well, level 3 Boar is really where everything just goes downhill for the opponent. And you're like, well, you can do that as a support, just buy an Uv, and you don't even have to worry about going back for creep.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
They get the Rubik.
They'll take the Rubik for themselves. Wow, guys, the Yasuo's going to play Rubik.
Wow. What a diverse possible we're seeing here. This isn't like the most picked possible at all. Wait a second. It's a decent Rubik game as well, right? Because you've got like the Overgrowth is good.
10 seconds.
Most of Oracle spells are actually handy in one case or another.
5 seconds.
I wonder if they're comfortable at all with the potential of the boxy Treant Protector. I mean, for now, I'm assuming it's Taiga, but we have seen some teams try the core role.
Secret's turn to pick.
I hope it's just a support. Yeah, okay, it's just going to be a Taiga with Boxy on the Pango, and then we'll wait for the... Now, our final pick doesn't necessarily have to be a 1 either, I think, for Liquid. I think they're pretty comfortable giving this Death Prophet to Mickey and finding a Quaker hero if it works out in the end. Remember, the Bat Rider is still in right now, too. I think it's almost a little surprising they didn't go for the Bat there.
I think they're keeping their draft kind of open though, right? Because we're assuming Pangolier 3 and 4, but it still could be the other way around. We do see a lot of Pango 4 still. Usually the Uv start. Like either of these heroes, possible Uv, is going to have an impact on the lane.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm pretty happy with them Yapsor. They just picked Pango right into my Rubik. I love getting Rolling Thunder. I think it's busted.
There's so many good spells in general in this game, like we said with the first 3 heroes, but like Pangolin, even if you just get Swashbuckle, like Rubik loves any spell that acts as a repositioning tool, right? It's why if there's an anti-mage in the game, you're like, oh, okay, I'm happy just taking the blink away from him. And then I can actually move around the fight, so I don't need to buy an item, which might be very difficult for me to get.
This is where Secret decide, do they have enough Chain Stun for the Lycan or the Lone Druid? And do we want to pick Monkey King, I think? The 2 heroes that really stand out to me right now.
Team
I think Monkey King
Liquids
really lets them just like dive and keep going aggressive. And okay, well they'll take it in another direction, but kind of the same thing. It's a different bear, but he also dives, so it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Someone who does not care about living armor.
Also, it's kind of easy to farm with the Ursa, right? Because the Battle Fury build just feels so strong and stable in the hero. Plus, I guess on the lane against the Trin, that's another thing to consider is when the grasp goes down,
10
you just have
seconds
that.
remaining.
You just roll out of it, right? You just use your first spell and you don't have to worry about being stuck in
5
the flow.
seconds remaining.
Whereas Monkey King doesn't have a great way of getting out. Question is, I think there's still kind of a question in our mind if this is going to be the Prophet 2 or 5.
Yeah, I feel like they don't usually give it to Nisha, but it's obviously still doable. But they like to give Nisha those big hard characters in the mid lane still a lot of the time. But the Nisha Prophet could definitely play that role.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw him play was maybe I think it was the Bounty Hunt. They gave it to him, and he had like one of the highest GPMs tournament on it. But he definitely knows how to play it.
Team Secret.
Okay, so as you say, if you want someone flash, if you want kind of flame
jeez.
type hero.
I can't believe Queen was still in.
Do we feel like we see these teams go for it too much? I know we've seen Liquid do it sometimes, but I feel like these 2 teams, we already mentioned Team Liquid, they focus around things like the Huskar, the Lone Druid, the Oracle, and Team Secret, similar to what we say whenever we talk about OG, they kind of just have their own
10
approach to their
seconds
drafts.
remaining.
I just think they have so many
5
options that it's
seconds
just like they definitely feel like certain
Take it
heroes are strong and whatever, but like I don't know if they're just gonna like storm here because they don't really care about counters. Like most teams pick a 10th, at least lately that I've been seeing, whereas they're willing to just give in the 9th pick anyway. They don't really care.
Oh, how did we forget about Broodmother? Luckily, Secret didn't. I guess it's like obviously once us has a Battle Fury, like well I can kind of deal with the Brood, but that's a long way off. The Brood's done her work by then.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no real concerns.
5 seconds
What
remaining.
are they missing? Like maybe some just low cooldown stuns. Okay, there you go. That gives you some stuns, some control, and adds into the push power, right? I think that, actually, I'm surprised we didn't mention that. We said about Quap being banned, but Venge is the other one to go to at the moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know Zai likes playing it a lot. At least he seems to, because he plays it quite a bit. So this could be for Nisha or Zai, just depending on this last
10
pick. Nature's Prophet tends to be a much stronger mid lane hero, so I immediately lean towards that being for
5
Nisha.
seconds remaining.
It also,
I think it's
then
easier to like.
Go ahead.
So I think it's easier to like exert your influence across the map when you're Nature's Prophet compared to being Vengeful Spear with high levels at the start of the game. So, but as we said, Mickey gonna take that Death Prophet, and they will finally come all the way around back to taking the Lycan for themselves. But they're definitely not shy on stuns for the side of Secret. I don't think it's just a immediately like super safe Lycan game.
And you
But
can see
obviously it's
Secret are discussing this right now. It's like, well, do we want Beast in the free, the Venge in the free, Prophet in the free? Who wants what, guys? Because you could take these anywhere, and there it is. It's going to be Poppy on the Prophet, Beastmaster offline as expected, and you will have the mid Vengeful Spirit.
I mean, yeah. I wonder if it kind of helps that Quake was showed first.
Yeah, I was having this discussion with Liz the other day. Like, why are we still at a situation where people's picks aren't hidden and then revealed at the same time, right? So it's like,
Yeah, I think it should be like that too.
it just gives way too much an advantage. And it's like people keep going, well, yeah, this is where having a player that can play multiple lanes is a advantage for a team. It's like, yeah, but one team is literally being put at a disadvantage they show, and the other one can just react to that.
Man, they had
So how
many
are we
good
looking
options.
more here? Because I feel like Secret have a lot of push. It seems like the obvious thing of those first few picks, but the Lycan really balances that out on the side of Liquid, and they do have a Treant Protector to keep their towers healthy as the game goes on.
My only, like, I would say I favor Secret. My only concern would be if they get into a situation where they try and push for an objective a little too early and then get turned on. That's one thing that Treant Protector is really good at. Like, trying to take advantage of you with an overgrowth, and then if you just come running in with Death Prophet and or ulti running with Pango chain stunning you all, it can certainly be an issue. But for the most part, I think their draft looks both aggressive as well as fairly balanced from the side of Team Secret. It looks like a little bit easier to play out. So I am favoring them
Prepare
currently.
for battle.
And yeah, this is the laning shenanigans that we're talking about. Like, Nisha's on the Venge, but it's going to be Zai mid on the Beastmaster because they see Koikva's on the Lycan.
That's actually kind of a reaction coming out from Secret. I think the other interesting thing to mention, like the draft comparisons, is that Secret's power is kind of constantly rising, right? Like the way their heroes don't rely on big cooldowns to do things, whereas for Liquid, you've got this shapeshift that you got to play around. You've got this exorcism. They're powerful spells, but if you misuse them, suddenly you are very underwhelming for the next minute or two.
Yeah, the more and more I see Ursa too, the more I just keep thinking how that's so not a problem for him anymore. Like, ever since they removed the damage from the ultimate, that made this hero so much better. Like, not needing to pop your ulti to get a burst kill on a side lane, meaning that you can then keep it for going for the objective after or going for the Roach Pit or whatever. And then late game, like, there's a reason why the Battle Fury is so good now, is that, like, you're going late game, you don't have to rely on your ultimate for offense, and then it's only 30-second cooldown anyway.
Yeah, and it also offsets the mana regen issues you now have ever since they switched the mana regen talent from 10 to 15. It's very hard to debate that item is the way to go with this hero now.
Plus, you know, Abyssal's busted. That didn't hurt.
Yeah, that's like the obvious one we talk about, right? Melee heroes, very strong right now. Abyssal, why mini Blink Dagger? And when we talk about Ursa, it's a hero that essentially has two forms of Blink to that. As we just shoot off, and as she's going to go down, Insania got the final hit out.
That was
Man, I was not sure a Tiger being back there would be enough, but very well done. The Nature's Graft obnoxious at level 1.
Yeah, and that does mean
Nature's
that...
Graft, it kind of is a graft.
I mean, the rough part from Tumman now is he has leveled in the Earth Shot, which you can try to be defensive here, but it's going to be tough to overpressure, or is it? Oh, these blocks coming out. Puppy. And this is why you give this man micro heroes. On point.
It's hard to believe how nerfed Treants have been, and they're still so good.
It's just so hard to kill. It's like we're seeing this overall from the Zoom meta, right? It's like you look at everything, it's just a bit too tanky for me to kill right now.
Yeah, it feels like you just have to commit way more to try and deal with them. In the mid lane, it's summons on summons. With the Boar Man versus Wolf Man.
And I think it's kind of a race to free, right? Once Zai has free, you can make sure Lycan doesn't feel confident, but at the same time, Lycan has, you know, level 3 or 4 too quickly. The regen means he doesn't care either.
Yeah, I feel like Koikva's gonna be fine. I think that this is better for him in the long run. His summons, like, it's not like Beastmaster can really chase you down and try and kill you or anything because the spacing's so small. Like, it's a lot easier to do that in the side lane. So like the constant harass and like actually pushing you off the wave, whereas in the mid, probably not going to get a team advantage. Oh,
Nisha?
Nisha.
Yeah, cheeky from Box. He does die though. The Wave of Terror is causing too much damage.
I'm always surprised how much farm I'm able to get when I'm dead as Venge with this. Like, even in the early game like this, it's not an advantage that you really think of. Like, you just got 3 last hits that no other hero would have gotten. You know? That's
true. It's also we were discussing this, especially when we've seen like all the mid ones, like Thompson plays it a lot, right, on OG. Is that even it allows you to play a very over-the-top aggressive style, because even after you die, you're still giving something to the fights that go later on. It's not just about getting creeps, it's about this aura that persists and your right clicks that are coming through. I mean, we've even seen some clips where, you know, it'll be 2 or 3 kills claimed by a vengeful spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a little bit difficult to build the illusion right now and like build the hero just because of how good the illusion is, that you don't necessarily want to build items that don't benefit when the illusion isn't like you know, you don't necessarily want to build like plus damage items or whatever, because you want like all the agi and you want to buy aura items too, so that you're giving those off. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those examples where there's not really another comparative in Dota. As this hero, you know, you can talk about Chen, his Chen army's still up, but in the hero itself, like, your punishment of dying is offset a little bit because you still exist.
And Boxy's having a hard time down here. Can't really trade.
I wonder if maybe a little level 4, because then the disarm lasts longer. You can get to a stage.
He's going for it. Oh, he didn't get it.
Die for it. Oh, that's so painful.
I'd be so mad.
You know that feeling,
I know it's
right?
70%, but still.
It's gotta go off. I've hit him like 5 times in a row and I haven't got a single proc. So I almost got blocked up in the mid lane. That was close from Quake, but he might still get this. He's one more hit from the Wolf and side. Nope, regen's just enough.
Oh, man.
Already talked about micro shenanigans and the tree at the top, and then we just see that in the mid as well.
Man, he's still so low. And say he's gonna start walking over. He's like, yeah, there's no way, right? Right?
Just presses E once. Oh, a kill. Neat.
They got a ward anyway. Plus, there's Invis bottom. I should know there's a rune there. Of course, he's probably not aware of what it is. Definitely hoping it's a regen, though.
It's tough for the Beastmaster at this stage, right? Because you're all about just trying to win the attrition warfare, but like him, because of that passive, he's got the HP regen. He's always going to out-trade you.
Invisibility.
Boxy just ends up taking the rune instead.
I think he was hoping for something more useful than an invisibility rune, which will now be obvious to Quake first. He scouted out with his. That does leave Nisha alone, just casually farming away. Like, Benj not even pressured at all in this game so far, really.
Yeah, Bossy doesn't have boots either, so this was a pretty long excursion here of not getting farm. Meanwhile, up top, Puppy is level 2, so he probably just used all his HP and mana to be a nuisance, and then TP back home again as he returns to the bounty rune fight.
A little something extra.
A little bit of a bounty rune dispute in the bot lane. I'm just watching Boxy get disarms at the right moment.
At the same time, Insane is in trouble up top here.
Moving in. One more clap comes out. Cumberman gets to kill Box. He's running for his life in the bot lane in the meantime. As Nisha, he does have the wave of terror, and he can get the kill. Oh god, I know what he's going through here. We've all been there when we play Pangolier. We're just like, just one more disarm, just one more, and I win this trade, and they have to run away.
Mid lane roar.
Quake is pretty tanky though. They don't have to lift for another 4 seconds. They can't dive it either, so Quake will just shrug it off and go, I don't know what the hell that was all about.
I'm thinking he probably thought his Rubik wasn't level 2. It's probably like, oh, really? That's it? Level 1 Fade Bolt? That's all you got?
Sitting there like, yeah, come on, dude, I'm trying to secure you kills here. Why have you been in a tri-lane all game?
Oh, man, Boxy is just getting bullied down here.
This is ours.
He's just hitting them with the wave and punching them over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, surprising as well, right? Because if you do leave these two in a vacuum, because of the nature of their spells, like they are both stat weak at early levels, but Benj is always going to be stronger. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, yeah,
well,
brought down by the first shapeshift. Top, yeah. They will die, they'll get Midsummer Man. Tiger does give his life for it though, and Puppy makes sure he takes the gold. He's like, don't worry, Midsummer Man, I'm going to become a core, big and strong and full of aura items that will secure our mid game.
Well, at the very least, with the shapeshift kill, Quaker wasn't able to get Zai, but still really pretty happy with that. Just edges him over in terms of net worth, but very even between the two.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're both going to pretty much do the same thing, right?
Oh.
Nisha?
Oh no. Nisha may have stunned the creep, which was clearly an attempt to secure CS, right?
Yes. I did not see it, but I believe it.
Boxy with a much needed gank though. It seems like Liquid are ready to abandon the tri-lane de facto that was occurring.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel like this first Roche fight is going to get so ugly. Like, look at all these heroes. It's like gross brawl in action.
Disarms as well. Bot lane, as disarms coming to effect.
So close to 6.
He can't get out. He had the one, but the Fate Bolt's just too much damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I think this is where Secret just push him for some tower damage, right? They got the catapult, they've got the Nature's Prophet here, and they've got a level 3 bench for it.
Yeah, it's good to do this before the tree's level 6, because that's when you can actually set the turnarounds with the TPs and buy his team a lot more time. So, like, DP does not want to come down here and try and pop her ulti, right? She'd rather just try and ult top and trade.
He got swapped out. Nisha spotted him on the way with Terra. They get a freebie and now Box. He did get level 6.
They have a Hawk.
He got level 6 and he's going to commit it. And that may be a mistake. They just primal roar him up and not right click him down. It's a pretty pathetic looking Pangolier. He just has to run away with a sliver of HP remaining. That was not the impact you were looking for out your first ultimate. And they lose the mid tower to quick for as well.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, you can't contest the beasts there. It's just way too hard. Like, you need extra numbers to battle versus the Vision, because Vision's just like way too strong. I mean, combining the swap like that is pretty smart.
Definitely was well played by Secret. Gets on that early rotation in the most taken tower. In fairness though, as I said, Liquid did manage to get that tier 1 in the mid. So Quick got, you know, arguably the most important tier 1 tower in this game right now. Question is whether Zai can mirror that now, because you could just try and connect towards mid. However, someone you want in that push is being pushed into right now. Nisha will turn around though, as Boxy doesn't get the disarm he's looking for. Ends up going down again, and they say, okay, you didn't want us to leave bot lane? Fine, we'll commit to it. This is our new home.
Yeah, obviously they were not expecting there to be so many heroes lurking around. I mean, it doesn't matter where Puppy is, right? You always have to assume that he could be there too.
No, he's just been in the top lane getting a little bit of solo XP, because obviously once you do have that level 6, Wrath of Nature is a pretty substantial nuke in these early team fights.
I mean, that's what YapzOr needs to right now, right? Is to get level 6.
No, yeah. I think that's why Puppy's like, I'll just get it off of farming. YapzOr can have the tome in 15 seconds.
Well, looks like they got to hurry up here for this top one. I think Insania realizes that he can't really do anything though.
Primal will come out. Death Prophet. He actually could pick in the Spirit Siphon though, so Zai needs to be a little bit careful himself. That's going to be a long route for an album, but Timmerman, reinforcements have arrived. Zai might still go down, but now Mike is in a world of trouble and a world of hurt. And they'll just run him through and look to clap him down. They do get the kill. So 1-for-1 exchange. However, works out in Liquid's favor because the shapeshift in the mid lane did get the kill on Tanisha.
Yeah, they just ran him down. No real option if he just decides to ult and go after you like that.
I
think the only reason Zai went for that was because of the trying to make sure they got that outpost. I don't think he thought it was necessarily a great play to go for a kill at that moment. He was just like, yeah, I want to make sure that we have this at 10 minutes so that we get the XP. It's just too valuable.
Yeah, especially when we're highlighting both the heroes and the support role. So critical that you get that 6 quickly, as they are very powerful things. In terms of like steals that YapzOr's really aiming for this game, I'd imagine the top one's obviously going to be Rolling Thunder, Overgrowth, and I won't say something like a false promise, but it feels weird for Rubik to try and look for that in a fight.
Tower is under attack.
Well, they're currently looking through a smoke, but they will get scanned.
Yeah, but Tiger's hanging around. He'll get into the trees. Nisha. The Hawk's trying to get Vision Beast so fast.
They almost had him.
They won't make it for nothing though. They do converge towards the mid lane. They say, okay, you basically forfeit this. There won't really be a trade.
Foxy down bottom did go for a jump down. He wants whittling down Poppy to see if this is worth.
Like, come on, where are the proc? Finally, he gets a proc, and now the steal will be on the swashbuckler instead of the Royal Thunder, and Poppy will go down. Or will he? Can he jump? Nope, he's gonna juke it. They commit, and they get the kill. He's like, okay, Foxy, you want to do this? You have to swashbuckle once more. YapzOr can chase this, however. The lift back. Foxy might be in a bit of trouble, but nope, instantly identifies they've got no stuns, and he'll make his escape. The mid lane,
only there were creeps there.
There's an attempt. I'm not really sure what they're hoping to do to an Ursa here. I think they just want him out of their territory. But it does look like Timberman's not rushing about through this game. He's actually going for the Yasha.
Battling. I wonder if he'll actually go Manta, Silence, and the Root. I mean, it's still an Ursa though, so I hesitate. I assume he's going to go for more of a stats resistance style.
Yeah, like Yasha would be enraged as well, have a stats resistance pretty strong. Liquid,
but like, I don't know, if someone wanted to go Manta, this would be the game for it.
Might stop there.
They've won the battle in terms of who's going to get Roche first this game.
They have. It seems like Secret maybe had kind of inclinations of this, but you can see they were already way too split up across the map to do anything about it.
Are fortified.
And Matsu's just going to take that Yash then start going for the Battle Fury. So I haven't actually gotten to see too many Ursas lately. The only ones I've seen have gone for the pretty much straight, sometimes drums first. So I'm not sure if this is like a common thing for him.
Oh, Nisha. Well, he knew they were just in the pit. He didn't think that they were going to come and punish him so quickly, though. He is healing up a lot, actually. Buying a lot of time. He might be able to bring Bo3 down, but nope. Bo3 just steps out of the way. They finally get the kill. They haven't got the creeps here, though, so they can't push the tower. And instead, Secret will be the ones doing some tower damage to the bot lane.
Pretty good trades, but Liquid are really like on point with what they need for this lineup. This should be at least one kill with the Euros. Should this be free?
Well, Puppey has a life. He's ready to give his life. He might have the Overgrowth comes out. Crown been thrown out. The chip has been used. Beastmaster already down. Yapsor is tanky enough to escape before they can kill him off. But Bo3 pursuing on the Puppey with the roll through. They'll find and kill off the Prophet.
Maybe it just felt like they had a good chance as well, the vision they had around the area, but that was a really dangerous attempt, I think, to try and save more than, you know, try and save everyone and make a turn there.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well done by Liquid with it. It was just a rapid TPM, right? Like everyone on the team's like, all right, let's go. Especially once you see that Puppey committing in with his TP into the fight, you don't worry about whether it's worthwhile rotating the whole team down there. Especially with this tier 1 still standing, at least at the moment. Probably not for much longer. Really gotta look and see what Secret got to play around soon, because they have now got the Helmet Dom complete on the Beastmaster, which gives them some more fight. And in terms of what Niche is building, he's going for Yasha as well. So it looks like Secret just want to be speedy boys and girls.
That's pretty speedy.
Dire's bottom tower.
He did die in a speedy way, I'll give him that. But yeah, Bo3 definitely much more speedy when he picks up a haste rune like that. Question is whether they can connect into more. I think they just want the runes in tower, probably. It's a case of if they can get it without committing exorcism, you feel good as well.
They're kind of in an awkward spot, though, because top's just being pressured, so they feel compelled to try and take down this bottom tier 1 too. But, you know, considering how much you're devoting to this versus your opponent, it doesn't necessarily feel that great unless you can really get good control over this area.
That is really the power of the Zoom meta, right? It's like you don't have to commit anywhere near as many resources to these type of pushes. And they still haven't taken down that tier 1 in the bot lane, but they've already lost their one in the top. You're going to see more pressure applied to try and force them back. It doesn't feel good losing towers like that, especially when you have a tree and you should be able to prevent it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Especially when his build is...
Oh man, and the glyph too. Oh, this is so annoying.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It is a tier 1. So like, all right, if you want it, you're gonna have to show us how many heroes are lurking around. Okay, you got practically the whole team there. Fine,
Okay, this top lane, this tower is getting obliterated. Yeah, this is like the most value split shot of all time.
Structures are fortified.
I mean, not when they glyph to keep the range creeps alive. All right, there we go. Bo3 will get rid of them. They kept the cap off for a long time. They're still keeping it going because of the boars. He'll make sure that they actually don't get the kills on the boars. They don't get the XP, but the damage... It's pretty significant. Of course, the good news is you have a trade, so you can save the time. You can salvage it, given enough time. But when you look at Secret's lineup, you have to imagine time is not on your side in that regard. They will move towards that tower again soon.
Yeah, that was a bit of a good example of like why the first Aegis it's not necessarily about the Aegis. I feel like it's more so just like setting up for the second one with the Aegis and the cheese. Because like the first Aegis, unless you have a hero that can play hyper aggressive, it's pretty hard to force your opponent to fight you. You know, like everyone's just gonna try and trade on the opposite side of the map of you. That's what just happened to them.
Oh, I've seen this before. Bo3 versus Nisha. Bo3 did bring allies though, and he does have level 6 this time around. So
okay, that was
trouble with it. Oh, swap. Yeah, well that one not so cool. He tried. They're even going to try and take down the illusion of him as they continue their push under the tier 2. And look at this. Secret go, okay, if you really want to do this trade, and I want you to think about this, Liquid, because you're not as quick as we are with this push. Yeah, they have to start following heroes back. So that repels Secret's push, but once again, like you said, it's that Aegis factor, right? Once that runs out, Secret, they might not be so reluctant to hang around and take a fight against you.
Well, at the very least, Liquid still left Koikfa to like hang around up here. So he clears out the Ancients. He finds the first of the tier 2s. Gets himself a Philosopher's Stone. Probably for a tree, I think. Try and get him that blink dagger first.
I'd imagine so. I think he's got it coming out now. Yep. He's like, that dibs, that belongs to me. Sorry, Insania. You're pos 5. You get less priority on this stuff. Unless, of course, your team's secret. Your name's Poppy, in which case, if you look at Yasuo and Poppy's net worth.
Get the ring when you're playing the zoo and like starting to push towers. That's nice. They definitely want the essence ring too, I think.
I mean, it's definitely starting to line up like that, plus the AC coming online. Then you look at the secret side. They are getting close to that Battle Fury. They'll need probably like another 2 minutes.
All right, it's evened out. It's okay, guys.
Oh, everyone's
both sides.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Imagine if you got the same neutral items. No, let's not do that. I know there's been some discussions people have been having again about whether we should be able to purchase the neutral items we want.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about neutral items. Definitely do not make them the same, because then it's still just going to benefit one draft more than the other. And they're going to know what your neutral items are. So that doesn't really make it any better.
No. Imagine they had 2 squishy heroes and they managed to steal your essence ring as well. Oh, well, this is conveniently useful for us.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think like maybe if people wanted a way around it, you could have kind of like a neutral creep score. And once the timer passes, you basically accrue points based on killing neutrals, and they buy items with it.
Under attack.
I think you should try and make it a little more complicated.
No, dude. I think I could, but not much more complicated. Maybe if we made it so that the neutral items had different costs to them as well. Pangolier finds a hefty cost to his initiation there.
That was sick. Gets the steal on the shield crash, then he gets the 18% damage reduction from both of them, and then is able to just live. And it's just like, why isn't this doing more damage? Oh yeah.
Nisha? Oh, okay. He did try for the TP. Tiger was still around. They baited themselves a little bit. Puppy will make it out. They get the Timberman away. And the push continues in the top lane. It's almost like every time Liquid gets these kills onto the Vengeful Spirit, it's not worthwhile because of what's happening elsewhere. Ooh. They're going to make him pay this time, though. Mike, he commits the exorcism onto Zai. Zai says, okay, if I'm going to pay, I'm at least going to get someone to pay with. He picks up the bounty room before giving over his life. The problem is you just commit an exorcism. Maybe you kill a few extra creeps, but now for 140 seconds, you don't have that big ultimate. Roche could spawn in just 20 seconds.
Yeah, that would be the main problem here for Liquid. I like that they're not panicking when this push is coming from Secret in the top lane. Like, sure, maybe they could have been there a little bit earlier and tried to push at some of these waves, but unfortunately, that's one of the problems we haven't really talked about that much with their drafts. They don't really have fast wave clear, especially they have a duo of supports that can't really push waves. Like, Treant's okay, but it's very... He's on the line of being decent at it, right? And there's a reason that they often go for the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp might hurt a lot when you're a hero, but there's a reason it looks very underwhelming when you watch on a creep wave. Like, oh, everything is almost dead. Not dead, but everything is still pushing.
There's also just this idea of like not panicking like crazy, because I mean, you don't want to lose a tier 3 or anything, but it's not as punishing as it had been for a long time since we had shrines. Obviously, like that was a humongous deal. You would basically throw all your bodies to make sure you killed that right there, but we don't have to have that same panic anymore.
No, and it's also a case of overreacting, should we say. Like, you see someone doing something, you keep reacting to it, and what you realize is every time you come back to defend their push, your push is being eliminated as well, right? It's all about weighing up whether you can trade better and where you can actually take those trades, as we saw earlier when they were exchanging tier 1 for tier 1, trying to do tier 2 for tier 2.
Matu had a bit of a rough start. I mean, having to go Yasha first doesn't necessarily feel that great, but gets his Battle Fury.
He does indeed, and they now know that all these heroes on Secret side are top because they just tried to jump Tiger. They will soon find him through a couple trees. His Blink Dagger doesn't save his life. They get the kill, but in the bot lane, they're moved in with the Royal Thunder onto Ursa. But Summerman, he's juking it out. I don't know if they want to commit too much further. He has got the range there. The Yules, he'll interrupt him, and there's no real way out for Matu anymore. It's Anisha with a swap in. Good save, and now it looks like they need to back off. Puppy did go a little bit too deep though with the shapeshift commit. He might try and kill off Puppy. Quickler, he's going for bigger targets. He turns on the Yasuo, an easier one at that. They'll be able to find him. They do get the kill to Puppy in the meantime, and now they can converge on this tier 2 tower. They do have to go back to deal with Beastmaster, however, and Zai now in trouble as Mike blinks forward on top of him, and Zai doesn't have a way out. No point TPing, he knows it'd be interrupted. Double kill for Boxy. They'll kill off the army. They get the tier 2 tower in the bot lane, and Liquid finally take a favorable exchange.
And Roche spawns in 2 seconds. So they didn't have to use the exorcism. all of that trying to save their Ursa. And sure, he gets out, but very costly to lose additional heroes after that. And if they manage to spot it, I mean, there's even a DD there, so you know Quake's going to check now.
Yeah, you got to give it a little sniff. What's in here for me? With an AC complete, your world's desire, Aegis and a cheese. Then line up that has both a Lycan and a DP. I mean, this is the ultimate moment, right? You said the first Roche doesn't get much done, but now that you've got these two heroes that can just push forward incredibly aggressively, you could start to create high ground the next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, this is why you want the early Roche complete. Obviously, you'd like it if your team took it, but even if the enemy gets it, as long as you get this one with the Aegis and the cheese, like if Secret had gotten this one, they would have been like, perfect. This is what our lineup also needs. But now you have to fight through Aegis, cheese, and false promise. This is an extremely difficult team fight for Secret coming up next.
Poppy's been caught. Mike is getting so much done with this Blink Dagger. It definitely seems like it's been the right item, as Poppy has no way to get out of this. He's the flash, he's the medallion, he's the mech for his team. So they won't want to fight for the next 45 seconds at least.
Yeah, I really like watching his death problem. I think he's really good at, like, cause I feel like China was the only region that was really playing a lot of the one death problem for a while and like the one Letrax, and they just use it to accelerate the game at a very fast pace. I think he's really done a good job of that.
The CIS region, we've seen FDK do it a lot as well. It definitely is starting to catch on more and more. And there's the exorcism coming out. One of the Beastmaster's side tries to block it out the street by himself a little bit of time. No chance in hell. He even throws out the Prime Roy, says, Matumba Man, do your thing. Can you get enough out? Needs one more hit with this. Oh no! Oh no!
Nice play, man.
Bo3, he was owed that RNG after all this time, and it finally pays off. He gets the proc he needed. Now they can just run over the fight. Secret have 4 heroes dead. The Exorcism still running for a little bit, and they'll move over to the mid lane to at least get some chip damage done at the tower. But with Lycan in your lineup, chip damage is the least you'll do.
Yeah, that tower is going down fast, and they're going to go for it. I definitely approve. They still have the glyph, and they've got like 10 seconds. This is a bit of a tough one.
It's definitely 10 one of those do-it moments. Just use it. And even once you do, we're not leaving because we still have the Aegis. And to be honest, by the time you're up, Roll Thunder's going to be what? Yep, 10 seconds out. You just have to let him have it and walk away.
You can't really buy back, right? Like, if you buy back and force that fight, it's not going to go well for you.
No.
They still have the Aegis available there on the Lycan, and even if he doesn't have Shapeshift, it still feels like it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have the Primal Roar, right? It's that case you buy back. It's like, okay, our initiation stun is it's available soon, guys. But to be honest, it's available once you naturally have respawned. So let's just maybe save those buybacks for a more opportune time. And yeah, he understands. He needs status resistance. He needs more. He's going for the Satanic next. I guess the tough part, and we've seen it already when he enraged in the bot lane, right, is it doesn't do anything against Yules. So you can't rely on enrage with status resistance. You just get Yuled up. That's 2.5 seconds guaranteed, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, even at max level, it's going to be half of your enrage. So pretty irritating thing to have to deal with. And geez, that Abyssal, it's getting there.
I mean, I wish he'd go for an Abyssal. It would be so much better. Instead, Lycan get one, but... Is this right? Do you feel like maybe Matumba Man would be better suited with going towards an Abyssal at this point? Or do you think stuns aren't the problem?
I think he knows he's going to get hit by spells. It's just the way that this lineup works. He has to get status resistance.
That's fair. I guess also you've got a lot of stuns, right? So, you know, it's just a penny in the well at that point. Like, you should have enough lockdowns to burst the hero. He'll try losing the range with the TSR coming out straight away. The Royal Thunder through. And Matumba Man, swap out by Nisha. He's used to trying to give his life over. Instead, Oracle's the one who gives it over because the backline gets sniped out. Knight does get a kill. Gives his life for it. The buyback was committed by Oracle. Now Matumba Man needs to back away after he clears some creeps out. They're just trying to slow down this push. They do not want to fight directly. Quick fire is getting a little bit low because the Aegis to play with. And Bo3 is disrupting so many heroes here. These disarms. He's still got the Heaven's Halberd to work with as well. There's no easy way to approach this Pangolier even at this stage.
Regular damage is running out a little bit here. But they're chipping away.
It's taking so long to get through this AP. This Vanguard doing so much work. Fun, they'll get it, but there's the Enrage, the Yules. They say, now what? What are you going to do? What's pushing move. Shapeshift gets activated, they move in. Nature's Prophet will be brought down slowly but surely. They'll take through the Rubik. Clean up Nika as well. The buyback are being committed left, right, and center. But the Zimmerman, he doesn't want to go in. No rage for 20 seconds. They just have to accept. It's another set of buildings just gone. But they are starting to just establish dominance of Secret.
Yeah, I think Secret made the mistakes that kind of talked that like the only way this gets really bad for them is like trying to push too hard too early, and I do think they made that mistake. Like on that bottom lane, trying to make a save on someone like that's exactly what Liquid's lineup needs, because their initiation was relatively weak at that point.
And now look at them. They're just going. They want this. They don't quit. There's no easy way to escape this. They're trying to do damage to the floor. Stop out. Good from Tiny saves today. Bo3 rolls in on the Zimmerman. The primal roll thrown out onto Lycan. Everything but the kick just in for a kill on the Wolfman, but it's just not working. The sustain is too strong. And time again, Secret are repelled. They realize when it's over. They call GG. Liquid take game 1.
That I can appreciate. Very well done from Liquid. I mean, they're not afraid to open with these classic combos that, I don't know, it feels like one of these two heroes is usually banned, right? If it's like the Ember or the Kalo or the Oracle and the DP, a lot of teams will ban out the Ember in the first phase or the DP in the first phase. But if you leave any of those little combos in, Liquid are willing to do a whole draft around it. I mean, they have their other little combos like their Wind Ranger and their Tusk. They have this like 10th pick that you never know what's going to happen.